Good evening. Welcome to Between the Lanes, episode number 153. I'm Ron.
I'm Shane.
And we are going to talk some slot cars. So we've been kind of missing in action for a couple weeks. Hasn't been a whole lot going on, but we'll get you caught up. And episode number 152 is on YouTube. You can find it there. I've had some problems getting it to link over to Facebook, but we will work on that. But it's up on YouTube if you want to go check that one out. So again, find us on YouTube, Slot Racers, the channel. Find us on Facebook, Between the Lanes is the page. And we have some race results. And we're going to start with the Mid-South race. It was at Archdale 2 weeks ago. 4-inch class. Shane Parent, Between the Lanes co-host, was first place. Bobby Beecham was second. Matt Ashby was third. Oh, we went back to race results. Okay. Then GTP, we had Walker McNulty winning with Russ Martin in second and Matt Ashby in third. And then, no, that didn't work. Scale 4.5 stock car. Walker McNulty was the winner there again. Russ Martin was second. Shane Parent was third. And then, we went too far. I don't know where your LMP picture is. LMP, Shane Parent was the winner. So I guess you and Walker was the two winners. Yeah. Matt Ashby was second, and Walker was third in LMP. So the following week, the same weekend was Buckeye Retro Series at Mark's Model World, Canton, Ohio, for the Retro Summit race. Can-Am, me, Ron Hirschman was your winner. Eric Shirey was second. Greg Fox was third. In the F1 class, Greg Fox was the winner. Eric Shirey was second from the B main, and Bud Bardos was third overall. In Retro Flexi, I was the winner. Ron Hirschman, Jeremy Wyant was second, and Rich T was third. The Ohio Oval Series raced on the Sunday the 13th. Fast Alley Raceway, Fremont, Ohio. In the IndyCar class, Raceway owner Danny Murray was your winner. Elmo was second. John Humberger was third. And then in the 4-inch stock car class, Elmo was your winner. John Nolstein was second. And Denny Murray was third. And then Dirt Late Model was Denny Murray winning again for the second time that day. Elmo was second. And John Humberger was third. And as we are taping this, the USRA WinCar Nats has started in Westmont, Illinois, Chicagoland Raceway. It's Wednesday. Group F, your 2020 USRA Group F champion, Dave Fugate. Second, Dale Leip, which is kind of weird to see Dale at a WinCar race.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. He's normally like a flexi guy.
But scale guy. But yeah, he got a fine second place. Jim Rapati, the F2000 president, was third. One Motor Box. Justin Risk from Colorado. Again, another guy you don't see WinCar race that off. His first Nats, and in his second attempt, he is a USRA national champion. So, congrats to Justin. Second place was Bernie Schatz, and Jim Rapati was third overall from the B main. So, that is what's going on so far at the USRA Nats. They're racing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we'll have a complete report next week on the other classes. And then in the no picture section, Retro East raced at Speed Zone on the weekend of the 12th. Can-Am, Keith Libby was the winner. John Gorski second. Matt Bruce was third. And then in Formula One, Ed Sull was the winner. Jimmy Williams second. And John Weaver, I guess maybe he's coming back to racing, was third. So with that said, that is Shane's cue.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
All right, so this is the weekend of September 26th. A very busy weekend. Like I said, USRA Nats is taking place, the WinCar Nats. Southern California Retro Racing Association is having a Debbie Watterson Memorial Race this weekend. The New England Retro Racing will be racing at Modelville. I think that's their first race in a few months. Penn, Ohio is at Northeast Raceway. East Coast Flexi Car Series is at Fast Tracks Valley, Pennsylvania. The flat track. Again, you guys are calling that the what flat track series?
It's
North Carolina?
North Carolina Flat Track Racing Series, maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
They got a
Facebook
Facebook page and everything.
Yep. So their series starts in January, but they are having a warm-up race this weekend at the Slot Car Track Concord. AWRA is at Victory Lane. The New Zealand Slot Car Nats are taking place at the Wellington Slot Car Club this weekend. Cool. And previously mentioned was the Dave Geary Memorial Race at Thaser Raceway for this weekend, but that's been canceled, I think, just due to COVID stuff. So
gotcha.
The first weekend in October, which would be the 3rd and 4th, AWRA is at Archdale. Retro East is at the Race Place. Washington Slot Car Club in Washington, Pennsylvania is having, I guess, a kind of a Flexi Flats OCC kind of warm-up. But they're going to race JK Indy cars, GT1 and GTP, OCC rules. The Ohio Oval Series will be racing at Race-O-Rama that weekend. Well, that race might be moved because Carl's in the middle of a move, but
to be determined.
To be determined, I guess. And then the FNRS Nats at Pit Pass Raceway and Drag Strip, Newport, Tennessee. That'll be the big race that weekend, and it's looking like it's going to be a big race. The weekend of October,
that one.
Huh?
I'm looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward to the race, plus just, way I go, I'm sure you go through mountains, but just
it's a cool
having
ride.
Cooler weather down here, I'm going to enjoy it.
It's going to be a nice, cool weekend. I mean, I've looked at the forecast. I know we're, week and a half out, but yeah, right. It's going to be like
if it keeps trending the way it's trending, it's going to be,
high 60s, low 70s. It'll be beautiful. Right. The weekend of October 10th, I have like nothing on my calendar.
October 10th? Let me see here. October 10th on my calendar.
Oh, you got a Mid-South race, right?
Right. Yeah, Mid-South at Uncle Charlie's, but let me verify.
You're right.
Yeah, yep, Mid-South at Uncle Charlie's in North Wilkesboro.
Yep. So that's the only race I have for the 10th. The weekend of the 17th of October, we've got, that's the weekend of the annual Sano Retro Races at Chicagoland Raceway in Westmont, Illinois. Northeast Nats is at Port Jeff. The Euro Masters, which I believe is kind of like an Israel warm-up race at Speed Zone, New Jersey.
Another good one.
And BRS, we don't know where it's going to be quite yet. Waiting to see what happens in Michigan with restrictions of 10 or less in the building. Scheduled for downriver, but if 10 or less people are only allowed, then it'll probably have to be moved to a different location, and that could be Fast Tracks in Fremont, Ohio. We'll keep you posted. Weekend of October 24th, Penn, Ohio is in action. East Coast Flexi Series and Central Illinois Slot Series starts their 2020-21 series at Mid-America Bloomington. And that weekend is Gator Retro Racing at P1. And then Halloween weekend, Retro East at Port Jeff. There's a USCA non-points race at Mid-America, Buffalo Grove. So
new location,
new, bigger, brighter location. And gotta go back to my other notes here. Last week there was a mention on Facebook, the long-awaited slot car history book titled Slot Car Dreams by Felipe de L'Espinay is going to the printer. Should be out pretty soon. Sounds like it's going to sell for around $75. I think it's I read it was 400 pages or over 400 pages, and there will be some interactive stuff online. So if you buy a book, you get a code or a password or whatever, so you can go online and see more
Like a
pictures.
promo code or whatnot.
Yeah, so then you can see more pictures of stuff. Like they had more pictures than they could possibly publish, I guess. So
Right.
that'll be the bonus if you buy the book. And Flexi Flat signups are open. The Flexi Flats is November 7th at Washington Slot Car Club, Washington, Pennsylvania. Quite a few have signed up already. That should be a fairly decent size race. I'm figuring probably at least 30 to 40 guys.
Right now, I think as far as what's posted as of September 7th, there was like 13 guys, and then what me and you counted another 5 or 8 that haven't signed up.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and this also was the weekend of the Sano and stuff, the 17th, I think, October 17th. Well, actually, kind of the October 12th, the Israel Worlds would have been taking place, but that got canceled due to COVID. So,
right. Also, too, mentioned as far as the Flexi Flats, I seen today he posted that there's a hotel offering discount to racers.
Yes.
I think it was the Radisson Inn and Suites, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Country Inn, I believe. As a matter of fact, someone texted that to me, so.
Yeah, because I know it was like 1 king bed or 2 doubles for $65. It's 3 miles from the track.
Yeah, Country Inn.
1 mile from a casino.
Yeah, it's the Country Inn, Washington, Pennsylvania. Slot car discount is $65 a night. Yeah, it's right there with close to the casino and other corporate America.
We gonna hit up the casino one night?
I don't know, maybe. Somebody said they had a pretty good buffet.
Yeah, I don't know about that right now.
They got a good buffet.
If I trust the buffet or not.
When we were at Mark's, somebody said, yeah, they got a pretty good buffet over there at that casino. I said, buffet?
Yeah, buffet.
They said, one of them lines of food, you eat all you can eat for. I said, a buffet. Yeah. The buffet.
So, pre-COVID, sign me up. Now it's like,
Yeah, they may not even have that buffet with all that stuff.
Unless it's like cafeteria style where, they got someone back there, hazmated up, serving food.
Go down the chow line. And I want to point out to Michael Colvin, because he's mentioned this a couple of times. Like, I fixed the wallpaper behind me here.
Oh.
Because they
don't know what's going on my end. Because doing the phone thing.
Yeah, I spent part of a day repairing a bunch of wallpaper. So.
Yeah, if we ever go back to being alive, for all they know, I could have.
Probably the next couple of weeks, we'll get back to that because.
They could see my beautiful and now skinny face.
Yeah, the local cable company has been digging and putting in new lines finally. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the thing. God, if we.
Hoping in the next 2 weeks. That's what
I was just thinking about that. Last show we did, I can't even tell you how long ago that was, but
it's been a while.
Since the last time I was on air, I am now 30 pounds lighter.
He's almost half the man he once was.
There you go.
Well, if they see your picture there in the race results, they can tell you're a new, improved, thinner man. And Bobby.
Bobby's the one that's motivated me.
I think you both look like you're sick, but that's just me.
I don't feel sick. This is the best I've felt in a long time.
That's good.
So, yep. I figure someone's got to take your spot, so I might as well start getting physically in shape to do so, because it's a tough spot to take over.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah, when you get ready to pass the controller on to the next generation, I'm hopefully going to be your guy. So I got to be a well-tuned machine.
Okay, you say so.
I'm working on the callus and everything. It might not be on the right hand, but
geez,
it's there.
Yeah, because you're a lefty, right? Southpaw.
Well, I'm right-handed, but for some reason when I race with my left hand. So.
Right. Yep. Bizarre.
Yeah. The same with racing remote control cars. Trigger finger, left hand steer, right hand.
Yep. I would hold the radio backwards and drive throttle with my thumb and then use my right hand to do the steering.
Gotcha.
And then they made a flip-top radio, so then I would use, I don't know, I don't remember now. It's been so long ago. I guess I would use my left finger, index finger, for the throttle and then steer.
I wonder how like someone like Al Rudy would race RC cars, being he uses his thumb.
Well, I found it quite easy, actually.
To use your thumb to do it?
Yeah. Like I said, I would hold the radio backwards.
Right.
So, yeah, the thumb was, I mean, actually, I think I was probably smoother with my thumb because when I did try doing it with my finger, I was always wanting to stab it like my controller on the slot car, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
With the thumb, because it's slower than the finger,
Right.
I was actually smoother.
Gotcha.
But I only did it about 3 times, so it's too difficult to try and be good at 2 hobbies at the same time.
Yeah, I did RC cars for 6 months maybe, and it's like, yeah, it's just as expensive as racing go-karts.
Yeah, my first RC car I actually got, I traded slot cars for it.
Right.
Then I went to the local club, and they told me I was in, like, okay, you're in this heat race. You know, they named the names off and drive my car over there and get on the starting line. And the guy's like, you know, he knows there's one too many cars. And then it's like, Hirschman, you're in the wrong race. Get your car off the track. And he's yelling and screaming. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm done with this. Right. So my buddy was me. He's like, well, I'll drive the car in the race that you were going to race. And have at it. Well, then I wound up, I think I wound up then trading the RC car for more slot car stuff to somebody else. So, yeah. And then I raced RC a couple times when I was at Parma. And I was always fascinated watching RC races. Like it's
like whenever I first got into racing slot cars, the slot car track that I raced out here locally, they had an indoor concrete RC track that was huge.
Right.
And I always enjoyed watching it.
Well, did you ever race at King Hobbies?
Sounds familiar, but no.
Because
they based down in Florida?
No, that was Whippoorwill. King Hobbies was, I don't remember if it was North or South Carolina. I think it was North Carolina, but they had a big concrete track, and then they had slot cars tracks. And at the time,
Fayetteville?
Huh?
No, that wasn't Fayetteville. That was something else.
But at the time, Bobby Labonte was racing there, and that's when Bobby Labonte was still running.
Nope.
No, was running Bush.
Gotcha.
And me and Ken McDowell, we went to Performance Racing Show when it was in Cincinnati, and we displayed stuff at the show. And we actually had lunch with Bobby and Terry. And
That's cool.
And the previous year, because the previous year I didn't go to the show, and Bobby had met Ken at that previous show, and then Ken had give him some product to run. So we had lunch with them on one of the days of the show, and then Bobby was like, yeah, I've been racing slot cars down at King. And Bobby's like, he says to me, I was wondering if I could get you to build me a couple flexi cars. And Ken's like, yeah, he'll build you whatever you want, Bobby. So that was a project when I got back, building cars for Bobby Labonte. And then we sent him like this, like kind of a release to sign so we could use him in advertising, and they wouldn't, Maxwell House wouldn't let that happen. So, because that was when, at that show, the next year, Bobby was going to be running Cup, and then Jeff Gordon was going to be running Cup, because Jeff Gordon was also at the show.
Gotcha.
And, we didn't.
That's what he was in the number 1 Baby Ruth car?
Yeah, that's when he went from Baby Ruth to DuPont. When Chevy stole him away from Ford. So.
Yeah, I forgot the Baby Ruth car was a Ford.
Yep, Bill Davis. I was just talking to somebody, I think I was talking to Ralph about this the other day. So, yeah. And then I guess that could be a topic for another show, is the because Ralph was asking me if was you at Parma when they did the Days of Thunder cars, because Days of Thunder is like Ralph's favorite movie. So
Yeah, I know we've talked before. I'll show about how.
I said, yeah. I said that
I think what it was I was talking to you. I was like, yeah, I was working on slot cars and started watching Days of Thunder. I think that's whenever you told me, that's Ralph's favorite show. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember him saying that.
Yeah. So
didn't Parma come out with like a Days of Thunder car?
Well, so when I started at Parma, when I walked in the door, they had been a month or two into the negotiations with Paramount Pictures to do a Days of Thunder RC car. And so, I start there and it just gets heavier and heavier and heavier, you know what I'm saying? So, we made the Days of Thunder RC kits. They weren't like ready to run cars. And then, I told Ken, I said, we got to make Days of Thunder slot cars. And he's like, no, this isn't a slot car thing. This is RCs. And so, I just kept pushing it. Like, we got to make slot cars and we can take all the decals. We have our sheets, the RC sheets, shrink them down to slot car size. And we've got the bodies. And so finally, I guess I convinced him into doing it and we did it. And basically that was more popular than the RC portion of it was. So, we started off with making the 5 cars and, the boxes had sleeves and special labels. And then we started making starter sets, Days of Thunder starter sets. And we were also selling the decals separate, and we sold a ton of decals. And then we got to a point where we, we're just going to discontinue these. And I'm like, no, we got to keep Mellow Yellow and the City Chevrolet, because those were like the 2 big sellers.
Right.
And we discontinued them all. I mean, distributors called us for, months and months, like, you got any more of those decals? You got any more of those cars? And I think we just did a limited run of, I don't remember if it was 5,000 of each car or it was 1,000 of each car. And I think we did 500 starter sets of each car. And because we did
they are like numbered chassis and stuff.
No numbered chassis. We just said they were limited edition. And when everything was gone, and we didn't go and make more decals. We should have. Like, it was a good seller, but so I've got a set of Days of Thunder cars, and you see them on eBay and stuff. I mean, they can go for anywhere from $100 to $200 a car, because not that they're rare, but they are kind of rare.
Right.
I mean, so many of them just got used. People didn't like really buy them and save them and collect them. So, but yeah, it was a real good seller.
I think I only have one Parma collector's car, and that was I believe it was the Porsche.
Yeah, that would have been a 25th anniversary car. See, we could do a show on the anniversary car sometime too.
Right.
Or because the Porsche was the 25th anniversary, and there was only 3,000 of those made. And interesting side note, I have 3,000 and $29.99, because when I started at Parma, that was another project that was in the works, and the employees were all offered a chance to buy cars. So I thought, well, I'll buy. You couldn't get 1 through 10, because that was Ken got 0, 0, 0, and then distributors got the next 10. So I thought, well, if you can't have a low number, you might as well have the last one off the assembly line. So I got 3,000 for me, and
I have to look see what number I got.
I got $29.99 and 3,000 for me and my firstborn son. So then the second anniversary car was the 30th anniversary car, which was the 917K Porsche, which was used on the company logo for, 30 years, close to 30 years. So that was a 124th Flexi car. Those were numbered, I believe. Only 3,000 of those were made, and I have the last 3 of those numbers, because by then I had a second son. And then I think for the 35th anniversary, I believe, was the Bill Elliott car.
You remember there was a Bill Elliott car somewhere in the mix? I do remember that.
And then there was a 40th anniversary car, which I believe was their drag chassis. I believe it was a drag car. It was the 40th anniversary car, and there was no 45th or 50th or none of that.
Right.
A couple other special Parma cars was the Mark Martin number 6 Valvoline car. Those weren't numbered. They were a limited edition. A special box sleeve, and the body was painted blue and white, and then the stickers to go on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a Scott Sharp Trans Am Camaro, Rain-X. And again, not numbered, but limited edition.
I vaguely remember that one because it was like a yellow body, wasn't it?
Right. And then in my last year with Parma, we were trying to do a Toyota GTP with Dan Gurney. And there was 3 prototypes or samples made, sent to Dan Gurney for approval. And Dan Gurney kept one, Felipe kept one, and I have the 3rd one, and it's autographed by Juan Fangio, and I forget who his teammate was at Toyota that time, and Dan Gurney. So I'll have to dig that stuff out and take some photos. Like I said, that would be an interesting.
Dig it out the vault?
Yep. So, yeah, that would be a cool topic. So it's just finding the time to do it.
Okay.
So, business has been a lot better. A lot of racing starting to take place, and racing has been going on, but it's more and more is going on. And it's getting to be that time of year, and it's gonna be. I think it'll be another interesting season because I know there's people that still are a little gun shy about going places and going out. Period. I don't know what effect that'll have, but I guess time will tell. At the BRS race, I thought we would probably realistically have 14, 16 guys. We wound up with 18. So that was a little better than expectations. The interesting thing there was only like 3 of Mark's locals were there. Most of his local guys didn't go. Don't know why, but we still had a good turnout.
Mark usually
but there was no buffet there, no buffet.
No buffet.
No, Mark actually bought pizza and some chicken and potato wedges, like big steak fries, and that stuff was really good. But
he still provided food, just nothing home cooked.
He didn't do any home cooking. No.
I'd probably have to call him and be like, "Hey, you just make me like some pasta on the side, and I'll pay you for it."
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, there wasn't even no hot dogs on Friday. Like no pasta salad, and so
no record as far as food were broken.
No. Race. So I said, well, Shane would have been disappointed if he'd been here, Mark. No food.
That's funny.
So.
I love that stuff. I love going there. Because me and Bobby were even talking about, next year, what's going on next year. It's like, we've got to make our yearly trip to go see Mark.
Well, so his next big race will be the turkey
race.
Yeah, the turkey race Thanksgiving weekend for Can-Am and Retro Can-Am and F1 and Handout Motor Race.
In the airport.
Huh? Well, yeah, you said you was going to come, so I'll have a car for you.
It's not out of the picture.
I hear you. So yeah, that should be.
After
that'll be a good race.
Month.
Huh?
Well, now that I think about it, November is just as busy because the first week in November will be in Pennsylvania, and then
right.
The week after that, I go to Virginia.
Right.
And have a week on Thanksgiving weekend, fly up or drive up to Mark's. Yeah.
Because I was talking to one of our viewers today, and he was he's talking about races he had coming up, and I said, yeah, I got a lot coming up too, and
just weird. You go from nothing to wow, I'm just ready in the next 3 weeks travel 1,000 miles.
Yeah, off this weekend. FNRS Nat's off that weekend for me, and then 8 weekends straight. So he was like, wow. I said, well, there's a couple races that I'm not sure I'm going to, but I'll probably go, but we'll see.
What's your minimum drive? About 3 hours?
I guess the closest track that I go to that has series races. Wow. 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay,
And there's,
Wayne.
I guess, well, South Bend's probably the closest track. Hour and a half, 2 hours. Fort Wayne is an hour and a half, but they haven't been in a series for the last year or two, but they do have a BRS race in January. So, but the majority of the tracks that I go to, and there's a lot of them in that 2.5 to 3 hour drive. So,
Yeah, a friend of mine, she knows our race. She gets the whole slot car thing. She asked me today out of the blue. She's like, "So what's your minimal drive?" And I was like, 3.5 hours.
right.
She's like, "Wow," and I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's for the Flexi Flats, drive to Bobby's, stay the night, get it." And I think from Bobby's house to Pennsylvania, it's like 6, maybe 7 hours.
Right.
Race that weekend, come home, work. The week after the Flexi Flats, we had the Mid-South race
Right.
up in Virginia. So it's like work Friday, get off work Friday, in 6 hours, to Virginia.
Right.
So
I guess
same with the FNRS race,
right.
Tennessee, then the week after Tennessee, work Friday, get off work Friday, drive to Bobby's. So I think I'm just going to stay at Bobby's house Friday night. We're just going to head up Saturday morning. So we just with races kind of not necessarily being stacked, but in a way kind of being back to back, we're trying to figure out expenses as far as hotels,
Right.
Been to Uncle Charlie's, great track, great facility, easy prep. So don't really need to be there.
Right. So just doing some rough, quick math, I can meet 11 tracks within 3.5 or less hours.
Right. I can be 3.5 to 4 hours, maybe all the tracks in North Carolina.
Okay. What's that? 5 tracks? 3 tracks? 4 tracks?
Turner, Burns, and Winston-Salem, or Welcome Home, or however you want to say it.
Yep.
Archdale.
Okay.
Concord. Yeah. American Adrenaline.
Okay. Uncle Charlie's.
4. Uncle Charlie's.
Yeah.
Walker's or Rainey's or slot car track. That's 6.
You already said slot car track, Concord.
Did I? Okay, so now we're back to 5.
5. Yeah.
Trying to think if there's any more that I'm not aware of.
And pretty soon,
there's a. What's that?
Pretty soon you'll be able to go to Randy's new raceway that's opening up.
Yeah, Monroe. So that'll be another one.
Now, where is Monroe compared to Concord?
So if you.
So
let me.
North,
I'm
south,
trying to think
east,
here.
West.
So if you're at Concord, looking at the map, you would go to the east.
Okay.
So.
And he's going to have a king track and.
King track, drag strip. I think he's either building a new 4-wide. Yeah, new flat track. So that'd be kind of cool because with this new flat track series starting, to be neat to go to 2 different flat. So that'd be kind of neat.
Right. And then, so that's the thing.
Said an oval?
Yeah, I think he said an oval.
Right.
I mean, what is it, 10,000 square feet or something? It's huge.
Yep. 10,000 square feet from what I read off the post and what he was telling us at Archdale.
Okay. So then.
And he's going to have kids go-karts, and he's going to, I think, have 2 indoor RC tracks.
Okay. And then, because that was something that came up on Slot Car Race Talk a week or 2 ago about, someone made a list of all the new raceways. I think there was I want to say 18. I'm not sure it was 18, but I want to say it was 18 because,
right.
I mean, for example, Roger sold his World's Track and his King Track. King Track went to Missouri, and it's already up and running. And
they got a page yet?
Huh?
Have they got a page yet?
Yeah, I can't tell you what because they're like an RC and hobby shop.
Okay.
So they put the slot car. They had the slot car track. So,
gotcha.
They picked that track up last Thursday, and it was up and running I don't know, a few days ago. And
that was a good track though, so I'm sure it went together pretty smoothly and all that. And if they had the room prepped for it, then just
I think
you unload it, set it up in the configuration it goes in.
Right, and I think Roger said that the World's Track went to South Dakota, and the paperclip.
It's nice to have a big race in South Dakota. I bet you that's kind of beautiful countryside out there.
Yep. The paperclip that was at Race-O-Rama is now headed to Marietta, Georgia.
Right.
And, of course, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, Richard Carnut's getting ready to open the new raceway there in Southern California.
That's another one on the list to go visit, because that looks like a top-notch place there.
Top-notch facility. And
I pulled it up. It's funny with me. I pulled it up on Google Maps just to kind of see the area, and there's like a taco place within walking distance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
so I was like, that's great.
If there's not a taco place nearby, one will drive up shortly.
Right.
There's other tracks moving around and stuff too. So things are looking good.
Yeah.
Things are looking good. So and there's been some good used tracks put up for sale, and it's just a matter of someone getting them. And because I know Chris Earnhardt, he still has the American Black. He's got 2 or 3 guys interested in it, but no one seems to be able to get there, or maybe has the funds or whatever. So
and Roger, he should be getting the King tracks. I think he had a post about him getting the King track, mid-October?
Yeah, I'm going to say here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, that should probably arrive.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's not really a new raceway, but, I mean, it's a raceway that's moved, that's
right.
Now has I guess, a better, faster King track. I shouldn't say better, but I'll say faster than what he had. So, I mean, it was, or still really is, in some of the classes, the world's fastest track. So we'll see how it goes after he gets it set up. So, things are looking good. So, do you have anything else to add to this night's broadcast?
No, I'm just looking forward to doing some racing, and in 2 weeks, FNRS Nats.
Yep.
See some friends I haven't seen in a while. Do dinner. See how everyone's doing. Looking forward to that.
Cool.
So.
Yep. It looks like it's going to be, for a long time I was thinking 40 to 50 entries. Now it's looking like could be 60 plus. So we'll see who shows up.
I always say if they say 50, subtract at least 15. If they say 60, 45.
Again, realistically, I'm expecting 40 to 50.
Right, which is good numbers.
Right, but when you count some people up and pretty soon you get 63, 64 guys.
Right.
So that'd be great if we had that.
Right. Could possibly be one of the biggest scale races.
But I'll be happy. I'll be happy with 40 to 50. So
yeah.
I'll be happy with 40 even. But it's going to be a good time. So.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. I mean, the building's big enough. The parking lot's big enough. There's food within walking distance. Plenty of hotels.
And Chad's
perfect area.
Yeah, they're going to be selling food.
Family vacation.
Right. They're going to be selling food at the track on Saturday too. So.
Gotcha.
If you don't want to go down to the Mexican place or the other
I'll
place.
Probably. Well, me and Bobby, we've been kind of packing our own food. I wouldn't say we're on like a strict diet, but just.
No, because you had pizza last weekend.
Yeah, well, that was Sunday.
I know.
Yeah, I splurged. I lost my mind.
Broke your diet. You ruined yourself.
Yeah, I did good the rest of the week, though. Well, outside weather's nice. You're playing cornhole, having some adult beverages, and it's just like, I need to eat.
Yep.
I want pizza.
Pizza sounds good.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, until the next show, could be next week. It might be the week after. We'll see if our schedules go. But
yep.
You got a secret word for the show? Or a word of the show? Word for the show?
Let's think about this. Yeah, I didn't think about that the whole time we were talking, because it's been a while since we did the show.
Wow. Yeah, Let's just go, it's like 3 words. We'll go wing carnets.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
All right. Till next time, everybody be safe. Good luck if you're going racing. Win, do your best, and we'll talk to you soon. We're out.